Welcome forward into today's 820 episode. I appreciate your consideration of this voice reaching your ears and your heart on a subject that can be, controversial or can be taken different ways or argued about, maybe even debated. That's not my concern today or ever. My interest is in sharing this quality that I say we all have within us and that can serve to connect all of us more than anything that's available on a daily and moment-to-moment basis to distract us and put us at odds with each other. More power in that, I'm saying. Just my opinion, just my observation, but that's what I want to communicate to you each day. This is about AMITY, and it is about revising the 9 pillars of friend that I've put out in other earlier episodes. So it was called the 9 pillars of friend, meaning how do we, instead of using that term loosely, putting some structure around who and why we call someone a friend. So it was called the 9 pillars of friend. Now I want to revise that with the 9 pillars of amity. I know. More mysteriously and rarely used terms associated with this thing from me called resilience. But allow me to expound a bit on that topic now, a revised topic, the 9 pillars of amity. Now, I don't sit here and dream or imagine new words to introduce or to confuse this daily conversation about resilience. I really don't intend to do that. I do not think, as I mentioned, about my lifelong search and desire to figure out the root, the essence, the beginning, the source, the fountainhead of thought. I want to find that out. But then I happened upon another timeless book from me, The 3 Magic Words by Mr. U.S. Anderson. And I found the answer to my lifelong quest on the essence of thought in that book, where he said in the middle of that book that we actually do not think. We can only observe, latch on to, select, and choose from the constant, the incessant streams and broadcasts of information coming at us individually and collectively in each day and probably in many moments of that day. And we select or latch on to those streams or broadcasts of thoughts that were not created by us. No. We select based on what drives us. And that question, what drives you, is the main thrust of these conversations and the book itself about resilience. What drives you? What drives me? I find it best to determine and define for myself an approach to that question about what drives me and to apply those metrics, models, processes, examples, lessons, successes, and failures to then act actively with the awareness to select, to sift through all the garbage for the gold, for the wheat, for the substance, for the sustenance of that moment and that day, and not for the distraction or the entertainment, for the empty calories for instant gratification. And that kind of sort of coincides with my agreements on what drives me. So yes, we have to serve and produce for ourselves on that personal way station, a clearinghouse for clarity, for courage. Courage meaning confidence and humility. And to reduce or minimize the vanity and ego and fear streams that somehow squeak through our well-developed screening process. Perfect process, but not flawless. That requires us to maintain some consistency in the application of these measures. All that bringing us to this discussion today about AMITY. AMITY. It does have a different feel from the word friend or friendship. But today, the word AMITY rolled across my mental screen of stuff, and it stood out for me today. I have no idea why or when this happens or happened. Well, wait, that's not true. That's not true. I kind of have become aware more often now when it does happen, mostly from organic listening or genuine curiosity on and in the areas of knowledge that I have little familiarity with. But that I made a habit of maintaining a daily reference and persistence on what does drive me. So today is a refresh of the 9 pillars of friend. Now let's call this the 9 pillars of AMITY. Just as a review, the 9 pillars of AMITY are: number 1, disparate and complementary backgrounds. Number 2, common, shared, similar experiences. Number 3, similar or complementary trauma. Number 4, my favorite, concentrated duration and depth. Number 5, common, relatable desire, hunger, discipline, and drive. Number 6, agreement on the constants. The constants meaning love, joy, heartbeat, air, our daily birth and death, over the variables. Variables meaning vanity, arrogance, ego, and fear. Number 7, core competencies, whether personal or professional. Number 8, reliability, under duress, under stress, availability without question, constant contact unnecessary. Number 9, my other favorite in this list, is acceptance and allowance. I hope you enjoyed that review. Maybe as a great coincidence, I will mention this also. I was born in Amityville, New York. Coincidence? I don't know. The word amity instead of friend? I don't know. But hey, that's my story. I'm sticking with it. Stay safe, stay present, stay current. Wherever you are, wherever you find yourself in this world, please remember to tell yourself and tell one other person, hey, do you know what time it is? It is always 8:20.